Hello everyone, welcome back to Chemistry CC for you. So as promised, today we are going to we are going to start the QCET preparation. So I thought this time we would begin with the part A and then move on to the other part, solutions and preparation strategies. So I have to say two, three things before I begin this video. So the first thing is that many of you have been asking me in the comment section regarding various videos of MSc Chemistry entrance examination, specifically QCET and HCU Pondicherry University, etc. So if you go to our channel, you can see there are playlists created and the playlist has the names of the particular examination and all the videos related to that exam that we have done so far. Also, similar way you can find the conceptual videos, etc. If you go through the playlist, you can find all the videos related to that exam. We are regularly updating the playlist, so it is easy for you. You can see all the videos starting from our oldest video to the latest video in the playlist. Secondly, all the QCET related videos, the playlist link I am giving in the description box below, and towards the end of the video also you can see that playlist. We have done part A as well as strategies and the subject part, a lot of questions. So all of you can go through all the links that I have given below and you can study the whole part. And those who have not started to study, I have done a video where I have discussed the syllabus, preparation strategies, etc. Everything you can find in the playlist link that I am giving below. Now, the third and final thing is about the video that we are going to do today. So, in this video, I have taken the part A questions of last year, that is QCET 2020. The questions that were asked, I have taken those questions, solved them. Also, along with the questions, I have given additional information related to that question. Today, we are dealing only with the English part. The part 2 and 3 of this would be there, where I will deal with maths and logic in part 2 and general knowledge in part 3. So here there are additional information and some practice questions where I'll also discuss certain strategies to attend these kinds of questions. So now we shall begin our video. So the first question is, select the most suitable synonym for uprise. So the word, what is synonym? Synonym is that a word which contains same meaning as the given word. So here what is that? We need to know, we need to have a word that is having similar meaning as uprise. So there are four different words given here: consider, evaluate, notify, and direct. So I will suggest that you can write down in a book because I'm giving additional information of this part. The answer of this question is notify. That means uprise actually means notify, inform, brief, etc. So the other synonyms of this word uprise are advise, inform, brief, etc. Then there is a second category of words, second type of question which comes known as antonyms, which means the opposite word of a given word. For example, uprise. If they are asking select the most suitable antonym for uprise, you have to, out of the four options given, you have to choose something which has the meaning opposite to the given word, that is opposite to uprise. So now we can see apprise actually means to inform or to advise or to brief. So antonym of that or the opposite of that would be to hide, conceal, keep a secret. Something like that would be the opposite word of apprise. So that is one information that I wanted to give. Then the other words given here also, I would like to give some information where consider actually has, here I have marked the synonyms in red and blue color, we have antonyms. So consider has the same similar meaning of contemplate, regard, acknowledge. Like she considered my opinion, it means she's regarding my opinion or she's accepting my opinion. uh, Now the opposite of that would be to neglecting it, to dismiss it, or to disregard one particular thing. Similarly, evaluate. Evaluate, you know, it is to find something or to check something or assess something, estimate something. So you should go through the word, think of a sentence that where we are using that word and try to find the meaning or the opposite meaning. Similarly, direct. Here I'm thinking direct is something straightforward. Direct also means like direction, like they are going in a straight line. Something like that also could be the meaning. But here I am taking like someone who is speaking directly or like candid, blunt, explicit, or the opposite of that would be ambiguous or deceitful, where they are not talking directly, but they're covering up things and speaking. So this is how you have to break down the options given to you. If you practice these questions, it will be very easy for you. It wouldn't take much time as I'm talking now. It is very, very easy to complete this part. Now, this is the first question. Let's move on to the second question. So here, this is second set of question which you can expect, where we have to find the words which have similar relationship. So here, thermometer, temperature. So what is actually the meaning of this question? So here, a particular instrument is given and the quantity measured by that instrument is given. Similarly, if from out of these four options, we have to find an instrument and the quantity measured by it. So it should be correct, like it should not be different. So here the answer is hygrometer, because hygrometer measures the water vapor concentration or the humidity in the atmosphere. Hygrometer is measuring humidity. So like thermometer measures temperature, hygrometer measures humidity. So what is the mistake of the other three options? Let's take a look at those. So voltmeter, actually we cannot say that something measures electricity. So voltmeter actually measures potential. Similarly, fathometer does not measure surface tension. It is something related to water, but not surface tension. It means it is used to measure the depth of the water. Similarly, dynamometer is another thing that would be really confusing you. It consists of something related to revolution, but not completely, because they are finding the rotational force or torque using dynamometer. So these are the four instruments. So only correct relationship given is hygrometer and humidity. The other three are incorrect. So please note down this, because the question can be next year, the question can be asked like, what does dynamometer measure or fathometer measure? You never know. So it's always good to be ahead of the examination and prepare really well. Now the third question. Select the correct word for the following sentence. Family is the glue that holds the society dash. So let's see how to write these kinds of questions. So you have to repeat the question one by read the sentence twice or thrice with each of these options. Family is the glue that holds the society together. Does it give some meaning? Yes. Why? Because they're telling a glue is something that is keeping things that are broken apart, or which or sticks something together. It's not mutually means it is separately, solely means alone, and tightly is something that glue is not used to tight something. It is to hold something together. So if you read like that and if you get the operating word in the sentence, it is very easy to identify the answer. So the answer here is together. Family is the glue that holds the society together. So here the operating word is glue. So what does a glue do? A glue sticks something together. So that is why that question would be very easy and very straightforward. In two ways, you can approach these kinds of questions. One, you can think about meaning of each of these question. Secondly, just find the operating word like glue and try to work out from that particular part. So family is a glue that holds the society together. It does not keep things alone or separate or tight. It's about being together. So the option A, together, is the correct answer. I hope you understood the methodology to do these kinds of questions. Let's say about fourth question. So this was a question that raised a lot of confusion last year. Bread is related to bakery as brick is related to. So mint, kin, furnace, and mine is given. So all of you were confused with option B and C. Now the answer is option B, because here what they're trying to find is the first place where it is manufactured. Like bread, initially it is manufactured in the bakery, it's baked in a bakery, and then it is processed in so many different places. Similarly, a brick only after treated in kiln will be moved to furnace for the further treatments. Like a mine is not for a brick, that we know. So the answer confusion was between option B and C. So in such cases, you have to see what is exactly the thing that we are looking for. Here they are looking for the place where something is first manufactured. Bread is first manufactured or first baked in a bakery. Similarly, brick is not first manufactured in a furnace. Therefore, our answer is option B. Now let's go to fifth question. Identify the word which has the meaning opposite to adapt. So adapt actually means skilled. Like you are very skilled about something. So here the opposite is asked. This is a very direct question. You can understand from the words itself. It's inept. Option B is the correct answer here. The opposite word of adapt is inept. So why are the other words not the correct answer? Let's see. Because first one is not an opposite or antonym. It is a synonym, what I have talked about in the first question. So adept actually means skilled itself. Then how would skill be the opposite of adept? So that is the thing. Now let's take a look at the synonyms and antonyms of the other words. So serene actually means cool, composed, and then another word or another synonym of that is tranquil. And the antonyms or the opposite words are agitated, uncool, clamorous, etc. for serene. Similarly, ugly, you do know what are the opposite. Now, since you know what is the meaning of inept, you can say the synonym of inept will be unskilled, and skilled would be one of the antonym of inept. So this is how you have to work it out. So serene, you could just write this word down. Serene actually means cool, composed, and what is the opposite of that word? Try to use this in some sentence. Practice till your examination. Go through a lot of questions. You will be very well aware of almost all of these words. Now let's go to the sixth question. So the sixth question is identify the part of the body where the disease angina is associated with. So this is one question that is out of the English part. That is, I have taken most of the questions from the English part itself, but this one is not from the English part. This is general science, which we have studied till 12th standard. There will be a few questions from that part as well. So this is one such question. And the answer, as you all know, it affects chest because angina actually means chest pain. So if somebody says they are suffering from angina, it means they are having chest pain. So option B is the correct answer for our sixth question. Let's move on to our seventh question. This is very important type of questions. I'm giving some additional information in this part as well. Here, you have to select correct meaning of the foreign expression via media. So when you hear this word, initially it is to confuse you. Like you will think it is about mediating something, or via actually means in between or something like that. So you will always think that it's on the way or mediator. But the actual answer here is a middle course. So it means it is in the middle course of something. It means via media means the middle course of something. So I know many of you who are not so good in reading, like you are not reading too many books, or not too skilled in the grammatical part, idioms or phrases, you people might find it difficult. So therefore I have come up with a way where we'll be dealing with some tips and tricks of these parts. I'll do so many videos till your examination, so don't worry about that. Write this down. So via media actually means a middle course. Let's take a look at some other expressions like this. Ipso facto is one such expression, like via media. So it means by the very fact, like people is stating one person is stating something, and ipso facto, like with that fact itself they could conclude something. So that is the terminology of that terminology or that expression. That means by the very fact or ipso facto. Next, vis-a-vis or face to face. Another one is modus operandi or unsuccessful mission. And the fourth one is per capita, per head. So these four you can write down for the time being. I'll be doing more questions and giving you more information in the coming videos. So these are very important and very prominent kind of expressions, foreign expression used in our place and in our day-to-day life. So you can write these down. Next question. This is another set of questions that you can always expect. Identify the meaning of the underlined word. Sorry, here there is a spelling mistake. I hope you understand. Underlined word. The presence of hawkers hinders the movement of. The question was incomplete. Actually, the only thing that you need to know is the word hawkers. So something, it's like that something is present which is not allowing the movement of people. So the the two ways to do this is, one, you should know actual meaning of focus. Second one, you should try to understand the contextual meaning. So in the uh, in in the footpath here, the actually the sentence is not complete. Presence of focus in the footpath. The question is, in the footpath hinders the movement of. So in the footpath, who would be there? There are only two chances. See, in the footpath, there can be vendors. Vendors are the people who sell their things, or beggars. But I don't think the presence of the beggars would hinder the movement, because there won't be any rush. But the presence of someone who sells things in the footpath would stop the movement, or cause difficulty in the movement of people around. So the answer is option B, vendors. So hawkers, the word meaning of hawker is actually people who sell their things and move here and there carrying their things that are to be sold. So the answer is option B, vendors. So here, how did we operate this question? There is the presence of a set of people who are causing difficulty in the movement of others in the footpath. So that is the meaning of our sentence. Once we understood the meaning, we go through the question. So buyers and consumers have this same meaning. So this both cannot be the answer, because only one answer is the correct answer. Since both of these are same meaning, we can erase these from our options. Now we have two. Both of these set of people can be found in the footpath. But who actually causes difficulty in the movement? Someone who has a lot of things which is spread out in the footpath. So someone who has to sell something, they will have their things, whatever it is, dresses or chappal or whatever it is, they spread it out in the footpath, and that is something actually hindering the movement. Therefore our answer would be option B, vendors. Next question. Identify word which carries the meaning of the following sentence. So the sentence given is showing great knowledge or insight. Intrinsic. Intrinsic actually means something of depth or in secretive. We can say in depth. So in that is nothing about knowledge. Okay. Then fantastic, it's something awesome, very good, or something like that. And profanal is something, someone, or profane, or profanal is like disregard to something. So the only viable option here is option B, profound. Profound is the word which shows that there is great knowledge or insight on something. So they have profound skill on something, great knowledge and insight about a topic. That is the meaning of profound. Next, the 10th question is identify the meaning of the underlined idiom. So here, there have been several warnings by the government that there is a hardcore criminal on the loose in the city. So this is very easy to work out. I will tell you the trick to operate on these kinds of questions. So what is here? First of all, the sentence says there have been several warnings and about a hardcore criminal. So there is a warning. It means something bad is going to happen. Only then there will be a warning. And a criminal, if a criminal is dashing, why would there be a warning? Dashing means super stylish. If a criminal is very stylish, we don't have to be worried. That is not our thing. Rampant, no. But think about this. If a criminal is moving freely around the city, that would be dangerous for us. In such a case, there will be a warning by the government. So therefore, this is a very direct question. Try again. In all these kinds of questions where a sentence is given, try to identify the operating word. So here the operating word is the warnings given about a criminal. So if a criminal is moving freely in the city, only then the citizens would be given some warnings. So this is how you have to find this question. These were the 10 questions of English part asked in last year's question. Now let's take a look at some additional questions as practice starting from today. Every day, I will try to upload some questions. You people can even try to answer those. To the 11th question. Identify the meaning of, again, the underlined word. Hill station has lost its allure on account of ugly structures mushrooming all over the place. So you need to know the meaning of the word allure. So let's see the operating word in this. The hill station lost something because of certain ugly structures. So if there is something ugly, what would be lost? The attraction would be lost. Peace would not be lost if there is some ugly structure. Peace is some kind of feeling that is occurring because of the calmness of the place. If some bad structures grow there, it will not affect the peace of that place or the situation or the scenery of the place. But the attraction of the place will be lost when there is an ugly structure. So that is the answer. Answer is option B, attraction. So again, here also we identified the operating word, which is ugly structures. The hill station lost something because of some ugly structures. What would they lose? The beauty or the attraction of the place will be lost when there is something ugly or bad in the place. Next, the fisherman dash the flood victims owed their life were rewarded by the government. In this kind of questions, again, like I said in the initial part, you need to try to work out both the meaning and try to use each of the options to complete the sentence. The fisherman whom the flood victims owed their lives. It is wrong. To which actually means the something. It is not. It does not refers to a person, it is a thing. So with to which and to that both refers to a thing, not a person. So we have come to only two options, which is whom and to whom. So the fisherman whom the flood victims owed their, it is not correct. The flood victims owe their life to the fisherman. They have to thank the fisherman so that their lives were saved. So the answer would be option C, to whom. So the victim, the flood victims were saved by the fisherman. So the fisherman to whom the flood victims owe their life were rewarded by the government. Whom is not wrong. This should not be the answer because somebody to whom the flood victims of their lives were rewarded. So this is how you work out. You need to practice a lot of questions to be really good at this part, but we will work on that. Don't worry. I am here to help you with that. Next, go to the 13th question. He is known for his unsculptuous ways. So he always sheds dash tears to deceive people. This is a common phrase that is used. We know crocodile tears. So the answer is option A. Obviously, it's not B or D because we all know about the phrase crocodile tears. But you need to know whether it is crocodile's tears or crocodile tear. For that, you need to be familiar with all sort of idioms, that is crocodile tear idioms and phrases. So crocodile tear is the actual word, not crocodile's tears. Option A is the correct answer. So that person is not a very honest person. He kinds of cheat people. So he always try to cover these things by shedding crocodile tears. So that is the meaning. That is, they try to act innocent by shedding crocodile tears. That crocodile tears are not real. That is the meaning behind this particular word. Crocodile tears are not real, and therefore the person who actually does not have any problem in cheating people, they will shed crocodile tears to cover up their act and try to act innocent. Just that. Now towards our 14th question. Mock is to just as dash. So here, mock and just has some sort of relationship. Either mock is the opposite of just or mock is similar to just. So if you understand that, then it is easy to find the answer. So see, mock and just has the similar meaning. Okay, mock is a synonym of just. Resume means to start. Cease means stop. So these are antonyms. And swelter and freeze are also antonyms. Encompass and surround both means to cover or to surround. So these are synonyms. So since mock and just are synonyms, we need to find the words which are synonym to each other. So encompass and surround are the one which are similar or synonyms. The option B is not at all something that should be counted here because bowl is to cereal, it is something very different. They do not have the same meaning. It means something, bowl is something in which we put the cereal. Okay, so the answer is option C, encompass is to surround. So this is how you work on this. And this is the last question of the day. Coerce is mostly meaning, that is the nearest meaning of that. It is option C, harsh. It is very easy for you. We can see because the soft, polite, all these are similar words. Only harsh is different. So the coerce means harsh thing. Harsh, rude, etc. would be the meaning near to coerce. So these are the 15 words. We'll work more on this part again. So now this video is about to end. You can see, like I said in the beginning, you can see the playlist consisting of all the videos of QCET so far, including the strategy video, syllabus video, preparation videos, part A, general and previous year question paper. Everything would be given in both in the description box and at the end of the video. Please make sure you watch all those, and please keep watching our channel. Ask any video you want in the comment section below, and please study well. We will be continuing the upload of our videos again and again, and the next video would be the thing that is helpful for all your exams, which is concepts in a pocket diary. So I'll start with organic chemistry part for that, then we'll go to each and every topics and complete them as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, if you find this video useful, please like the video, pass it to all your friends, and also subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Have a good day, everyone.